of all, I'd like to say thank you, all of you, for staying for the day. Really appreciate your involvement and participation. Thank you to the speakers. Thank you, Shivani. I know it's really stressful putting these events on, so really appreciate all your support. Thank you to RPC for hosting us. Really appreciate that too. And yeah, in terms of closing remarks, yes, it is all about collaboration. I think today we have managed to speak to a lot of the really big agenda points of sustainable strategic sourcing. And as I said at the very beginning, we use the word sustainable in the broadest sense of the term. So I think we've looked at how you can be more sustainable in your strategic sourcing by adopting an agile sourcing approach to going to market. You know, how you can be more sustainable in your business resilience by looking at your exit planning much earlier. How you can be more sustainable in your use and deployment of AI. And I think we as an industry now need to look at our overall industry sustainability in the advent of the way that AI is going to impact the delivery of services. So absolutely loads of points there. ESG, we've talked and talked and talked to the ESG agenda, and we've clearly got a lot of work that we all need to collaborate on between buyers and service providers to make the industry understand the sustainability footprint that suppliers are actually having on their buyers, and the work that Alistair is doing with the sustainable the service provider sustainability index. So I think it all comes back to, yes, it might sound like there's a box of spanners and there's all these different programs of works, but actually we have actually between us creating a really important toolkit that actually by collaborating together, we can start solving some of these problems, addressing and making and really shifting the needle on some of these areas that need to be changed. And then, you know, it then comes down to being your authentic self and wanting to persevere, drive that program of change, not just for yourself, not just for your organization, but for the industry as a whole. So it is a little bit of a call to action that we need to keep collaborating and working together, rolling up the sleeves, stop reinventing wheels. You know, what a waste of time and resource that is. But it's not just my call to action. I'm just going to read you a couple of call to actions from a couple of our member community. So Crystal Sands from Meta: as an industry, we can only make an impact if we do it responsibly, and now is our opportunity to embed our values into our metrics and shape the future of this industry. By doing so, we can create more equitable outcomes, transform empowering systems, and establish durable, sustainable practices that have a significant impact. And then from the late, great Graham Matheson from John Lewis: as buyers, our decisions have far-reaching impacts beyond immediate cost savings. They affect the livelihoods of people, the sustainability of practices, and the ethical landscape of global business. We need to redefine what value means in our industry. It's not just about the bottom line, it's about creating a positive impact on society and the environment. Ethical sourcing. We must prioritise suppliers who adhere to ethical labour practices. This means ensuring fair wages, safe working conditions, and respect for workers' rights. By doing so, we support businesses that contribute positively to their communities. Environmental impact should be a key consideration in our sourcing decisions. We need to work with suppliers who are committed to sustainable practices, such as reducing carbon footprints, minimising waste, and using renewable resources. This helps build a more sustainable future for our planet. In conclusion, the role of buyers and suppliers in today's world goes beyond traditional procurement. We have the power and responsibility to drive change, foster ethical practices, and create a positive impact on society and the environment. We must engage in the debate, take decisive action, and lead by example. Let's ask ourselves, what do we want to be famous for? Delivering savings or creating a legacy of diversity, great service, enriching employee experiences, and facilitating meaningful change? So that's the legacy that Graham's created. That's a legacy that we as an industry want to continue in the name of both Graham Matheson and obviously Dan Lang, who we also lost very recently this week. So for me, it's emotional. It's a positive call to action that we do actually, as both buyers and service providers, continue this great work and drive some really meaningful change. Now let's go and have a drink.